Never underestimate the power of energy. My grandson took a bad fall tonight on his scooter and, scratched a lot of blood, one knee, injury on the other leg, scratches on the hand. And it was really scary for him and painful, very painful. So, of course, the first thing we did was hug him and comfort him. And then I got the job of cleaning the wound and dressing it and doing all of that because of my energy experience. So his little sister was right there with us, and we were cleaning it up, and he was just crying so much because it really hurt. He was trying not to cry, but it hurt so much, especially when I had to touch it to clean it up because it happened around gravel and cement, and it was pretty yucky. Anyway, we started pulling the trauma of the injury out of his knee. We started using energy techniques to pull out the traumatic energy of the fall. I want to say that again. We used energy techniques to pull out traumatic energy that happened when his knee hit the pavement, when the blood came, when the skin was broken, when the other leg is bruised and there's a gash over there. So we started pulling out that impact energy. Yeah, it's trauma. And we were trying to get it out. Now, there's two ways you can do that. One way, you do not have to be an energy master to do this. All you have to do, your energy, your person is energy, whether it's your child or a family member, and everything's energy. So the energy of that impact landed as trauma in this person's body. So there's one way you can do it is here, let's say here's the injury. You can make a counterclockwise, start out with a circle and let it come into a spiral. And as you start to move that energy counterclockwise, it will start to move with you, and you may find it goes faster and faster. So you can continue this counterclockwise spiral, and the energy will then engage itself. And once you've got it started, it's going to work with you and itself to pull out. That's amazing. The other way you can do it is with like a lightning bolt. So let's say you just feel like you need it, like it's shooting out, like the pain is shooting out. You can grab it and help it leave. So we're trying to get that trauma out of the site of the injury and the wound. Now, his little 6-year-old sister said, "We need to give him some energy, Nana." And I said, "You're right, Luna." So she went and hugged him on his shoulders. He was sitting on the bar stool at the counter. And she went and hugged him on his shoulders. And then when she saw what I was doing, she helped me work with the energy in the way in which I was doing it. So once it was clean, once it had the ointment on it, and the ointment really stung, he was trying so hard not to cry, and then we had to bandage it, then I started to send it energy, calming and soothing energy. I felt like we had gotten most of the trauma, the energy of trauma out of there. So I put one hand behind his knee. I didn't touch it because that would have been physically painful, and then sent energy with the other hand above it. So one below it and one above it. Now, you do not have to be a Reiki master to do this either. The energy of your love is a higher frequency than the energy of his physical body. I'm going to say that again. The energy of your love, the frequency of your love is 500. That's a 5D frequency. And the energy of his body could be 200 or 300 or something. And for sure, the energy of that pain is really low. So anything that you can do to direct your love and your energy and your intention for healing to that spot will send a frequency, an energetic frequency that will accelerate healing. How cool is that, that you have the capability of doing that? Now, this works on anyone. It's just that if it's with your child, there is absolutely love, and usually unconditional love behind that as well. So then when it was time for him to go to bed, I asked for permission to send him some energy as he fell asleep, and he said he would allow that. So I stood kind of near his bed and broadcast energy. Now that's different than what I was doing here, and it's different than what I was releasing it. And I broadcast energy towards his knees and lower limbs, where the trauma was. There's going to be some bruises and all kinds of stuff. The thing is, that's going to be a lot less than what it was because of all of the energy that we have already administered in the area of the wound. Yeah, and the impact of the injury with all that trauma. So I will check on him in the morning, and if there's any more trauma that needs to be released, I'll do that. I can check that, and you can just do it with body testing and see what's next. I also find that, especially with children, actually anybody, but children especially, are so receptive to energy. And man, he was asleep in minutes. This is a kid that takes a long time to fall asleep and has to listen to a sleep story. He was out. So use it that way too. Send your kids some energy at night. Yeah. Remember, the frequency of your love is higher than what's happening with their body. So send it to them. I'm Connie Keene with Quantum Energy Infusion, where everything is energy.